Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sedona International Film Festival. I'm your host, Carol Kahn. We are coming to you live from Yavapai College. Yavapai College is one of our sponsors, along with our title sponsor, Mercedes-Benz. We'd like to thank all our hoteliers, restaurateurs, and all our volunteers who year after year come to this festival and help us out. We are truly grateful. And you know, while I was here at the film festival, I went next door to one of the workshops and I was introduced to Charlie Midnight and by Scott Ross, who's a dear friend of both of us. And Charlie, so you are up for a Grammy?
I was up for a
Was up
Grammy
for a Grammy.
and an Emmy.
And an Emmy?
And I did lose both.
No. No.
But I've been there before, and it's great to get nominated. So I'm fine.
I know, but you have worked with the greatest of the greats in the music industry.
I've worked with a lot of greats.
Plus you.
Well,
Plus
okay.
you.
Not compared to those greats, but I'm very happy to be in the position I'm in.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. So I know you were working with Barbra Streisand recently.
Just working with Barbra Streisand, that's right. She has a new album coming out in June. But before that, there's this film, The Tattooist of Auschwitz, running on Peacock. And I co-wrote the end title song with Hans Zimmer, Walter Afanasieff, and Cara Talvi, and Barbara sang it.
Wow.
Which was, Barbara's never done that before. She's never done a song for a film on television, and never for a film that she wasn't in. But because of the subject matter, she wanted to do it.
Well, that's a great testament to her and also to you. I know she's very particular with
Oh, she's particular.
very particular. But she also worked, I think you were part of the Andrea Bocelli as well. Is that correct?
I co-wrote the duet she did with Andrea Bocelli. That's true. I think it was the last duets album. I think it was, yeah. So yeah, I mean, my cup runneth over. I know what to tell you. I've written other songs for Barbara, and I have to say, for the new album, there's another song that I wrote with Walter Afanasieff and Jay Landers, and it's going to be a triplet with Ariana Grande, Mariah Carey, and Barbra Streisand.
Okay, those are three powerful women in the music
I
industry.
I don't know. Sometimes you have to look back and wonder how you got here and how you got to all these things, and you just have to say, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder how you got out alive from those three women.
Well, the thing is, Barbara I've worked with before.
Yeah.
The other two women, we weren't in it. They record separately. They're not going to come into the studio and record together. That's what they do. They have their own systems. But Barbara's a great artist. I mean, she's not just a singer that covers songs. Barbara is totally fastidious about every single thing in the song, the lyric, the syllables, the meaning, the melody. And so when, sometimes she doesn't want a lot of changes, sometimes she wants a lot of changes. But you're making those changes for a great artist, and the end result is thrilling.
It's perfection, right?
Yes.
It's just about perfection because she's a perfectionist, and
Oh,
and then everybody on the team is perfection.
You have to, and the album is being produced by Walter Afanasieff and Peter Asher. I know for anybody that's old enough, from Peter and Gordon, the hit duo in the 60s,
Yes.
right? But it's an interesting story how the song for the Tattooist of Auschwitz came to be, because it was almost, everybody said that was almost like a dream, like a miracle the way it happened. First of all, there was a very short timeline, and the producer of the film, Claire Burns, she wanted an end title song. So they called up Peter Asher. Peter Asher recommended Walter Afanasieff, who's, I don't know if you know who Walter is, but he wrote the Christmas song with Mariah Carey, and I mean the All I Want for Christmas with Mariah Carey. And so Walter called me up, said, do you want to write a lyric for this song I'm doing for this movie? I always say yes to Walter because he's a genius and I love working with him. I said, sure, what is it? He told me the title, The Tattooist of Auschwitz. Okay, well, that might be a difficult assignment. And then I said, can I see a clip? He goes, no, there's nothing I can send you. Okay, how am I going to do this? I don't know what to write. So, luckily, there is a book that it was taken from, a brilliant, brilliant book. I went out, luckily there are still bookstores, because, I was speaking to my wife, I can't order it on Amazon, there's a timeline here, I have to, went to the bookstore, found it, right, read it overnight, was so emotionally affected by it. And I have to say, people should, it wasn't such a popular movie, but it's an important movie, okay? And it has a totally amazing ending that's almost like a fairy tale. So anyway, so I wrote, I went and that night I wrote the lyric.
Wow.
And luckily, Walter liked it, sent it to the producers. They just wanted a couple of changes. I did the changes. Lo and behold, Barbara liked it. But then the next thing is, will Barbara sing it? Jay Landers, who's been our executive producer for 25 years, spoke to Barbara. She loved the subject. Lo and behold, she liked the song, because that's always the next thing. And they had 2 weeks to put it all together with her vocal, string section that they did with the London Symphony Orchestra. And it all came together, and everybody, the producer, Walter, Peter, Jay, Russ, the other executive producer, everybody's mind was boggled about how it all came together. It was one of those dream projects.
One of the things that I'm impressed about you, because not only are you involved in this part of the industry and writing music and lyrics, which we all sing along to, right? And that's where it all kind of goes with the music. But you also do motivational. There's a part of you that does motivational speaking. So part of your life and everything that you do, and taking those lyrics and knowing that people are singing it and feeling certain ways, and then the motivational part of your life, how does that all kind of work for you?
It works great. I mean, I like it all. I say this, in my lectures. Confucius said, if you wake up in the morning, go to a job you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Right. So, by Confucius standard, I haven't worked in a long time. Although you work hard at what you do, right. But it doesn't feel like work in the sense of toil. My father was a factory worker. That was the kind of work I never wanted to do. So it all feels great, but you take everything as it comes, and I have found that say yes. Say yes and go in, and if you got to wing it, trust yourself to wing it.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, we are so grateful to have you here at our festival. Thank you so much for doing the workshop that you did yesterday.
That was great.
And thank you for all your talent and work that you have done for all of us, really, because it's amazing.
Well, I love what I do so much. The motivational speaking, because I wrote a book called Deserves Got Nothing to Do with It, Talking Crap with Charlie Midnight. And CRAP is an acronym, C-R-A-P-P, for collaboration, relationships, ambition, passion, and persistence. And I wrote the book. I hope people read it, and I've wanted people to read it because I think in the book, maybe you'll get inspired and say, if he can do it, so can I. And it's always great to work on new projects, and there's one, if I can say, a new project, of course the Barbara thing is amazing, that I'm completely excited about, with a amazing artist called Elvis Francois.
Oh yes, we know Elvis.
And I think 3 years ago, and he was amazing.
Yes.
And
Dr. Elvis.
Dr. Elvis,
yes.
Okay. So I wrote with my great friend Buck Johnson and produced a song called Cry With You for him, which is going to be released. And I have to say, if you know my background, I've worked with a lot of great singers, Elvis is up there.
Well, he was here at the festival a couple years ago and loved his story and loved his voice. So now I'm like amazed. I'm so excited to hear the connection between the two of
It's
you.
great. It's great.
So we know we'll have you both come back again then.
Oh,
so
that's
next
wonderful.
next festival you have to be here.
Awesome. I'm here. I'm here. It's wonderful. Love Sedona.
Yes,
Absolutely beautiful. A lot of red rocks.
a lot.
You know, everywhere you look, there's a red rock. You know,
Yes.
which I'm from Brooklyn, where we
don't have-
red rocks.
you have
in
concrete.
Brooklyn. No, we have red concrete for some blood stains, but you know,
Well, Charlie, thank you so much for being with us and being a part of the festival. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, hashtag Sedona Film Fest. And we will be coming to you live on Facebook. Keep following us because we have so many more great interviews like the one with Charlie. So just stay tuned and stay with us.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.